Okay, we're in a Cessna 172 with the modern Garmin 1000 navigation. So we have a visual display of the ground and the sky, representation anyway. What we're doing today is spiral dives. Now, a spiral dive usually happens when you don't have visibility out the windshield, like you're flying on instruments. Because if you're flying visually, you can usually detect a spiral dive long before it happens and correct. It's just a simple matter of leveling the wings and pulling the nose up. But if it gets away on you, it's usually because you haven't paid close attention to the instruments. So we'll demonstrate spiral dive and recovery in the 172 at various viewpoints. First time we'll be looking strictly at the instruments. Second, we'll have daylight, so we'll actually be in visual flight rules doing a spiral dive. And then finally, we'll be in instrument conditions looking at with the windshield doing a spiral dive. So here we go. So we're cruising and we're just below 6,000 feet. And spiral dive usually begins because it wanders to the left or right, like it'll bank to the left or right without you noticing it. What we're doing is it intentionally, with even a bit of rudder to aggravate it, like a rudder in the same direction. So the airspeed quickly increases, altitude quickly decreases, so the recovery is simple. Pull the throttle off, level the wings, pull the nose up, get the airspeed back down to cruise, and at that point apply the throttle back to cruise RPM. Now the danger is it happens fast, and the airspeed can exist the speed where you might get structural damage. In short, the wings could blow off and you're not going to survive. So let's try one again. So remember, the indications are airspeed rapidly increases, bank angle rapidly increases, and altitude rapidly decreases. So let's see what the same thing looks like while you're looking out the windshield. So it wanders, bank angle increasing to the left, airspeed starting to go up, bit of rudder to aggravate the spiral, and recovery, power off, level the wings, pull the nose up. The trick is do it before you exceed the maximum speed. Now in this particular incident, I did exceed the maximum speed by a little amount, just to show how quickly it happens. So we're nosing up to get the airspeed back to cruise, throttle up, and we're back flying again. So no harm done. So your reaction has to be quick and it has to be accurate. So here, let's try it looking out in IFR conditions. I can't see the ground, so we are blind. And this is what usually initiates an accidental spiral dive, because you could be wandering and you wouldn't notice it. Now with the Garmin 1000, you can easily see that you are in fact banking to the left. Airspeed's increasing, altitude's decreasing, bank angle's increasing, power off, level the wings, nose up, get the airspeed back to normal. Once the airspeed's back to normal, level the nose and throttle her back up to cruise, which is about 22 or 2300 RPM. So we're down to about 100 knots, throttling up, and we're back in level flight. All of this has to be done on instruments. And that, like I said, is usually how the whole thing accidentally happens. So we'll try one to the right here. So you can't see out the windshield that you're banking, so you have to rely on instruments. Airspeed increasing, altitude decreasing, level the wings, power off, lift the nose, reduce the airspeed. Once you hit 100 knots, throttle her back up and level the nose. So we're throttling back up. Nose is level, we're back into level flight.